Good win. Every win's a good one. Tale of two halves. But again, we came out flat in the first half. I gotta give credit to Pine Bluff. They hit some shots. But then second half, our guys played with much more intensity on the defensive end. Excuse me, the starters and the bench. The bench was much better in the second half than they were the first, and together they were able to put this one away.
Questions? Trace, what do you think really sparked that 9-minute stretch where you guys kind of took over the game there?
Ethan Thompson, his defensive pressure, that's something we were lacking. We were kind of last days of the first half and partially the first little bit in the first. And so he made it a point to want to get stops and, spark a run. And so we saw him out there, getting stops, climbing his guy, and that kind of energy just feeds the rest of the guys out there.
And Wayne, what does that mean to see a freshman doing that for you?
That was great, and then this one fed off of him when he came in. His defense, and that's what we've challenged. We need a junkyard dog, a couple of them defensively, and we've got time. We're getting better every game, but we know that's something he can do when he has the focus and the intensity. And I was really proud of him the second half for that. And it's funny, isn't it, how things carry over to the offensive end when you play hard on D. Finds himself at the basket, gets some layups, makes his free throws. We say it till we're blue in the face. When you stay positive and you stay ready as a bench player, when you get called upon, more times than not, you're going to have success. When you kind of wallow in self-pity and when you go in the game and how many minutes and all that, that's when it's going to eat at you and you're not going to produce. And he stays ready, and obviously the second half really did a nice job for us.
And Alfred,
along with Ethan. Sorry, I know you started with Ethan. Ethan, we just challenged him, and we knew he was going to have a good game. You look at his line, look at Stevie. I mean, they have 14 assists between them to 2 turnovers. That's a great ratio.
And Alfred, that spark that you brought, where did that kind of come from tonight?
Like Trace, to pick it back off Trace, Ethan, we're starting with the first possession in the second half, him just getting in the defender, and then it just woke the bench up and woke the starters up, and then I just wanted to come in and reciprocate the same energy and keep the flow going in the game. And like Coach said, he wanted to keep him under 60 points, so we actually did that, and then I tried to make it my goal to start on defensive end, and then, like he said, translate it to the offensive end.
Trace, if you could just talk a little bit more about Ethan, just what he brings, and kind of nice to see him kind of get back on track tonight offensively.
Yeah, he brings a lot. Obviously, everyone knew he could score, but when he's in there and he's got 6 assists, just helps so much. It makes it harder for the defensive guard. Anybody opens the floor for himself, Alfred, myself, Drew, Stevie, anyone that's in there, they can't, key in on one person. And so, he's a great asset to have because he also brings it defensively, but, he opens up the floor for our offense.
Wayne, what you saw from your team there in the second half after they got going, is that kind of an example of the offensive efficiency that, the team can have?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, we were stuck in mud a little bit in the first half. We lost our aggression. Second half, we were much more on task, drawing and kicking, attacking the basket. But it started because we got some stops. Then we got out in transition a little bit. Excuse me. Got out in transition. We really attacked their zone. We got some good drawing kicks for some open threes. But again, it was all predicated off of our defensive effort, and that's what our guys need to understand. We shouldn't defend hard if we're making baskets. We should defend hard regardless, and then the offense will come feed off of that.
Alfred, as many shots as the opponent made tonight, did that kind of catch your guys' attention there at halftime?
Yeah, because we was expecting, kind of like Coach said in the locker room, like we're a Pac-12 team, and kind of underestimate them. So just relating to the second half, we want to spark up the defensive end and really make a difference on that total. And we did second half, and, it rubbed off on everybody, from the starters to the bench players that came in, and we just want to continue doing that in the future.
And we've learned our lesson enough when we've not come out ready to go for whatever reason. And with everything we've been through, that should be the last thing. And it doesn't happen all the time, but every once in a while it shows itself, and we've got to keep maturing through that. And we will. We'll get better. We've shown we can do it in the second half. We got to do it out of the gate.
And Wayne, with the quality opponent coming up on Tuesday, kind of hope that your team gets a message that you're going to have a better score.
No, we made it pretty loud and clear in the locker room that now it's really the price of poker's going up. with our opponents this week, and then, you know, right after we make the last road trip before Christmas to a tough Kent State, we got conference play. So, and the other thing we talked about is, quite frankly, we'll shorten our bench if we've got guys that are thinking about the wrong things and not giving us what they need to. And it doesn't happen a bunch. You know, we'll coach some guys through it, but you know, we need guys that are engaged and ready to go for Oregon State, you know, University, and not thinking about anything outside of this group. And we'll make sure that we get that taken care of as well in the next couple of days. Thanks. Go Beavs.